Classification: Kingdom Protoctista, Phylum Rhizopoda, Class Sarcodina, Scientific name Amoeba proteus. Habitat: Some amoeba are free-living, that is, they are found in ponds, ditches, in mud, and also at the bottom of standing water. Some are parasitic, example, Anta-amoeba histolytica, found in the gut of man. Structure: Amoeba is a unicellular and microscopic organism which is shapeless. It changes its shape as it moves. It has a thin cell membrane known as the plasma lemma. The cytoplasm is divided into two parts. Ectoplasm, it is the lighter outer region of the cytoplasm. Endoplasm, it is the inner granular region. The endoplasm contains food particles enclosed within a membrane known as a food vacuole. It also contains a contractile vacuole which it uses for excretion and osmoregulation. Pseudopodia or force feed are formed only during movement or when the organism finds food. Movement: Amoeba has no locomotory organelle. It moves by forming finger-like projections called pseudopodia or force feet from any part of their body to the direction of movement. It attaches itself to the substratum and the endoplasm flows to the direction of the pseudopodia. In this way, the amoeba changes its direction. Feeding: It feeds on other smaller organisms, example, algae, bacteria, and decaying food particles around the environment. When it finds food, it produces pseudopodia, which engulf the food particles with some water, forming the food vacuole. This is ingestion, taking in of food. Digestive enzymes are secreted in the vacuole to digest the food. Complex organic food particles are broken down to smaller molecules. Starch is broken down to glucose. Protein is broken down to amino acids. And fats are broken down to give fatty acids and glycerol, which are absorbed by the amoeba cell. The undigested waste products will be sent out of the cell. Secretion and osmoregulation. Osmoregulation is a control of water in a cell of an organism. Amoeba proteus lives in fresh water and so has a high concentration of solutes than the surrounding water. That is, the amoeba is hypertonic while the water is hypotonic. This causes water to move across the plasma lemma into the cytoplasm of the cell. The contractile vacuole absorbs excess water, moves towards the plasma lemma, and fuses with it. After fusion, the contractile vacuole bursts, releasing the excess water. The contractile vacuole therefore regulates the amount of water in the cell and also sends out water-soluble products. Note: marine amoeba lacks a contractile vacuole. It is surrounded by water which is isotonic, that is, has the same osmotic concentration or water potential with the cytoplasm. Therefore, little or no water enters the cell by osmosis. The waste products leave the cell by simple diffusion across the plasma lemma. When a marine amoeba is placed inside fresh water, it automatically develops a contractile vacuole. Most organelles in the amoeba are only formed when needed. Sensitivity or irritability. Amoeba has no sense organs, but it can move or run away from high light intensity, high temperature, and poisonous chemicals. It can also detect food and move towards it. Reproduction. Amoeba reproduces asexually by two ways. 1. Binary fission. This occurs when conditions are favorable, example, presence of water and food. During binary fission, the cell increases in size, stops moving, and the nucleus divides into two equal halves. The cytoplasm also divides, and the cell membrane constricts so that two identical daughter cells are formed. Sporulation or encystment. When conditions are unfavorable, the amoeba forms a cyst. The encysted amoeba may now divide several times by mitosis to form many daughter spore cells. When the cyst bursts, spores are released. The spore now develops into a new daughter cell. Respiration. Amoeba proteus lives in fresh water. It therefore obtains oxygen dissolved in the surrounding water. The dissolved oxygen enters the cytoplasm together with water through the plasma lemma by simple diffusion. The oxygen dissolved in water is used to oxidize food into energy, water, and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide diffuses out of the cell into the surrounding water by the same mechanism. Differences between bacterium and amoeba. Bacterium has no true nucleus, while amoeba has a true nucleus. Bacterium has a protein cell wall with or without capsule, while amoeba lacks a cell wall but has thin plasma membrane. Bacterium has a contractile vacuole, while the amoeba may have a contractile vacuole. Bacterium moves with the aid of flagella, while amoeba moves with the aid of pseudopodia. Bacterium has mesosomes for energy production, while amoeba has mitochondria for energy production.